Hello everyone, welcome in today to the Coach KJ Carousel Dynasty, and this week we're in Neyland Stadium taking on the 2-1 Tennessee Volunteers. Your Florida Gators currently sit at 2-0 as we come into this one, and it looks like it's going to be a rain game. It means it's probably going to be a little bit messy, but as long as we can get our ground attack going, we'll be okay. As the Tennessee Volunteers kick it off to the Florida Gators to open this one up, Kimber is going to take this return, and he gets out to about the 23-yard line, but then you see a flag, and we're going to open this one up with a clipping penalty. That's been a pretty frustrating thing so far this season on kickoffs. It seems to always happen to us. We open the day by handing it to Montrell Johnson, and he ends up picking up 3 on the first play of the game. Like I said, we're going to lean into the ground game, so we go to Johnson again on second down, and he gets us a first down with an 8-yard pickup. I'm recording this episode as I'm still recovering from being sick earlier this week, so if my voice is a little off and gives out, I'm sorry about that. As Garola goes down for a sack and a 6-yard loss. So now it's 2nd and 16, and Garola pulls it on a read option, and he has a big gap up the middle, and he slides down after picking up 13 yards. So on 3rd and 3, Montrell Johnson gets the carry, but Tennessee sent everybody, and we couldn't break through that line, so we're forced to punt it to him, and Ty Simpson takes the field for the Volunteers and opens it up with a 4-yard carry. Simpson's a transfer quarterback from Alabama who immediately took the starting job upon transferring to Tennessee as he slides in front of a guy here, bringing up a 3rd and 3. That's freshman linebacker Nate Osborne. And then on the sideline, he finds Merrill for a first down. That's a 9-yard pickup, and he's out to about the 46-47 yard line. So Simpson's back to pass it here on 1st and 10. He's standing in the pocket, and down he goes. That is a big play right there from Powell Ryland as they go to right on the next play and just hand it off on the draw, and that doesn't work. They only pick up 3, bringing up a big 3rd and 14. In the guns, Ty Simpson, he has to pass it here, and they're just going to run a screen. That is not going to work, though. We read that perfectly and take him down after just a 7-yard pickup. So the Volunteers punt it back to the Gators, and Jack Garola pulls it on that read option, and he ends up taking that for a big 13-yard pickup on the ground, bringing up another first down for the Gators, and they hand it to Montrell Johnson, and he is up the middle for a 9-yard pickup. That's a pretty solid carry. Garola pulls it on the read option here, and that's another first down on a pretty solid 3-yard pickup. You'd like to see more. He's on the move out to the right, feeling some pressure from behind. He's going to stop and pop and throw it deep to Henderson, who comes down with it over 2 guys and takes it in for a touchdown. 6-0 Florida. That's going to end up being 7-0, but what a play from Henderson. Emmanuel Henderson's a transfer wide receiver from Alabama, and we brought him in the offseason, or Billy Napier did, I guess I should say. We didn't bring him in, and he just made a huge play there as Jack Garola put that ball on the money to give the Gators a 7-0 lead. Ty Simpson and the Volunteers take over. Let's see if they can answer, or if our Gators defense can step up as he checks it down to Sampson there, who's going to end up picking up 8 yards, bringing up just a short 3rd and 5, considering it would have been a 3rd and 14 had they not gotten any yards on that. So Simpson checks it down again to Allen, and this time he goes down. That's Nathan Osborne again getting another tackle. That's going to end the drive for the Volunteers, and Garola pulls it when he should have handed it. We got lucky though. He was able to pick up 6 yards on that play, bringing up a 2nd and 4 for Garola, and he pulls it again on the read option, and he gets down to avoid the hit. We've seen him get shaken up this season, so we'd like to see him keep his body safe out there as he checks it down to Noah Keeter right there, and Keeter's going to fight ahead and pick up 9 yards on the reception. We're happy with that effort from our tight end. He may be a senior, but we like to see him performing for us as Montrell Johnson gets a carry up the middle, and he gets the first down after picking up 4. But that's it for your first quarter. It is 7-0 Florida early in this one. They seem to be dominating the Volunteers. The Volunteers haven't been able to do much at all. Montrell Johnson takes that carry for a 2-yard pickup. It was fancy looking, but that's only for 2 yards. Trevor Etienne checks in, and he gets a carry there, and that's going to be a 6-yard pickup for him, setting up a 3rd and 1 for Garola, and he checks it down to Keeter, who could not hold on to that one. So now on 4th down, we're forced to go for it. We're going to send David Hester in motion across the line, and that's Trevor Etienne getting the carry. He couldn't bust through. There was a big gap there. That should have went for more. Etienne gets the carry here once again, and he ends up picking up only 1 on this play. The Volunteers defense has been pretty stout against the run so far, I gotta say, as Hester makes a catch across the middle for another Gators first down and a good 14-yard pickup. In the guns, Garola looking to pass once again as we have gotten pass happy here, but Garola fumbles the ball. That's Wint recovering. That's our freshman right guard, luckily getting on top of that ball. Garola's going to pass it though on next play as it's now 2nd and 21, and he smartly checks it down to Noah Keeter and picks up 4. It's 3rd and 17. We don't expect to convert it, but you know we got to try. Garola's rolling to the left, and he's actually going to tuck and run on this one. He might get the first down and does. That's an 18-yard pickup, setting us up with a 1st and goal. Garola wisely went out of bounds on that one as he is looking to pass here on 1st and goal, and he throws it to the end zone, and and luckily that was not picked off by Slaughter. Garola again, we're gonna pass it. I think this is the wrong decision looking back. It's now 3rd and goal with another incompletion, and this time we find Harrison Wallace the third. That's a 3-yard score for the Gators. They extend their lead up to 13-0 over Tennessee. This one's not looking that close. Once we hit the extra point, it's now 14-0 when Ty Simpson takes the field, and I don't know what happened there. I know he hit his lineman, but man, that pass was ugly. Second down though, Volunteers looking to pass with just under 4 minutes left in the half. He finds Walker Merrill for a 9-yard pickup, setting up a 3rd and 1 that they convert with a handoff to Wright up the middle for 10 yards. That's a pretty solid carry from Jalen Wright. Simpson again looking to pass. He checks it down and they find Jalen Wright the back out of the backfield for 5 yards there. Simpson again passing. You can see how pass happy this game is, and Kimber almost came down with that interception. That would have been a huge play by Jalen Kimber, but he still swatted it down, so it's 3rd and 5 for Simpson, who again is forced to pass, and he finds Allen on the check down underneath. That's a 15-yard pickup and a 1st down for the Volunteers. This time they send Webb in motion and they hand it off to him. He's gonna take that for 11 and get a 1st down. Caleb Webb had a good carry for a receiver on that play. Simpson's passing this and he finds Squirrel White on the slant for another 8-yard pickup. Tennessee's all pass in this one as they decide this time to run read option, and Simpson will pull it and get the 1st down. He ends up picking up 5. That's a solid carry for him. He runs read option again, and this time we get over there, but we don't get him down on the first tackle. He fights ahead for a 10-yard pickup. They call it 2nd and inches still though, so they pass it here from about the 3-yard line. Simpson all day finally throws that one away. That was smart. Bringing up a 3rd and inches for the Volunteers. Simpson's by himself in the backfield. He's looking to pass it. I'm surprised they didn't run it on this. He ends up tucking it though, and he runs into the end zone. Touchdown Tennessee, making this score 14-7. Ty Simpson scrambles in for the score. Gators take over now, just up by 1 score. Garola on the move out to the right, and he fires that into coverage. What was he doing there? That's Byard with the interception for the Volunteers as they take over an excellent field position. That's a boneheaded decision that I don't know what happened there. Simpson though tucks and runs to open up this drive for the Vols and gets a 1st down as he jukes out Derek Wingo and then slides down. Simpson again looking to pass here on 1st and 10, and that is Lewis coming down with it and breaking a tackle, picking up 13 yards. The Volunteers offense started slow, but they are clicking on all cylinders right now, as right there is Webb getting a 10-yard pickup, setting up a 1st and goal for the Volunteers as Simpson again passes, and that's touchdown. Vic Belcher comes down with that one, their tight end. Volunteers quickly tie this game up. It looked like it was going to be all Gators in the first half until that happened. Now we have a chance to answer with just under a minute left, and that pass was wildly inaccurate on 1st down. So on 2nd down, we throw it underneath to Xavier Henderson. We decide we should maybe slow play it a little bit just to see what happens, and look at that. 3rd down didn't go our way either. So once again, we have to punt the ball back to Tennessee, and they look like they're going to actually try to put points on the board before half as they go up top, and that's Squirrel White coming down with it. That's 37 yards all the way down to the 30-yard line. Volunteers are in field position to possibly take the lead going into halftime, and there they are taking the lead with 15 seconds left. Caleb Webb scores the touchdown, and that puts the Volunteers up 21-14 at halftime. The Gators fell apart in the 2nd quarter. After dominating the 1st quarter, everything that could go wrong went wrong in the 2nd quarter for the Gators. They had a sizable lead in yards and control of this game, and then they just let everything go the Volunteers' way. They are at home here in Neyland Stadium, so you got to work on that momentum if you're Florida and try to take it back and silence the crowd and take them out of it a little bit. We'll see if we can get it going. It all started with that boneheaded interception by Jack Garola. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. The Volunteers, though, will open with the ball in the 2nd half with a chance to extend their lead up further. Hopefully our defense can get a stop. I do want to mention that in future episodes, once we have recruiting news will be included at halftime. You're going to hear me say it for the next few weeks, so just be aware of that. Check at halftime if you want to see any recruiting news. And they throw a screen here on 2nd and 8, and nobody's around Jalen Wright as he has crossed midfield all the way down to the 40-yard line. That is a 20-yard reception for the Volunteers. This is setting up for them to take and extend their lead in this one. However, Simpson misses a guy on 1st down. On 2nd down, they're passing it again. They're not afraid to keep this offense air heavy. As Simpson goes down, that is a sack by Justice spoon right there, bringing up a 3rd and 15 now for the Volunteers, and then he throws it off his back foot. That should have been intercepted by Jordan Young. That should have been Gators ball with much better field position than this, but we do get the ball back and find Malik Mega for a 12-yard pickup to open up this drive. We haven't been very good on the ground, and we should, though, keep trying, as I noticed we are passing a lot in this one, but Harrison Wallace III comes down with it and picks up 12. It's working right now as we are moving the ball pretty easily, and again we get another first down. This one goes to Xavier Henderson for 12, and then we finally try a run on the ground, and that's Montrell Johnson getting the carry. He picks up 8, and that gives us 100 yards in this game, which isn't bad, but you'd like to see more as we go back to Johnson for a big 13-yard pickup right there, giving us another first down, and we are looking to pass on this one as that pass gets swatted down at the line of scrimmage. That wasn't a good throw by Garola. ETN's in the game in the backfield, and he gets that carry, setting up a 3rd and 1, so that went for 9 as we pull it on a read option with Garola. He gets the first down, but takes the hit. You'd like to see him slide, like I said. So on 1st and goal, we go to the end zone, and that's a touchdown to Malik Mega, our wide receiver from Penn State. I love seeing these guys drive here for the Gators as we tie this one up at 21. Ty Simpson takes over, looking to try and give the Volunteers the lead again, but he takes a hit as he releases that one and gets it out of bounds, luckily, bringing up a 2nd and 10 for the Vols as he is throwing once again, and that's Sampson coming down with it. He ends up picking up 7 before getting hit. That's a good play from the running back out of the backfield. Simpson again passing. This time it's 3rd and 3, standing in the pocket. He goes deep once again. That is going to end up being picked off by Jordan Young, our top cornerback. He takes that away from Squirrel White and returns that. What a great play by this Gators defense. It basically was an arm punt for the Vols, but we love to see it. Looking to pass now on 1st down. Garola takes a hit as he releases that one, and thankfully nothing bad happened. So on 2nd down, we go to the ground, and that's Montrell Johnson getting the carry and running through a guy, getting the first down and 14 yards on the play. So we go straight back to Montrell Johnson, and this time their D-tackle said that ain't gonna work, bringing up a 2nd and 8 for the Gators, and they are looking to pass, and they find Harrison Wallace III down the middle of the field for an 18-yard pickup and another Gators first down. We're in the pistol this time, handing it to Montrell Johnson, and he is gonna pick up probably 5 yards. That's great for first down. 2nd and 5, ETN checks into the game. Garola looking to pass, but he takes a sack on that, losing 7 yards. Big number 94 got to him. So on 3rd and 11, we're forced into another passing situation, and Garola just chucks that one away. Luckily, that went out of bounds, and we settle for a long field goal that we nail, taking the lead in this one, 24-21, with 57 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Ty Simpson running the speed option, pitches it out there to Wright, but there was nowhere to go. Jalen Wright couldn't do anything. The Gators defense played that perfectly. So on 2nd down, they go back to Jalen Wright, and that was kind of a muddy run, but he did a great job picking up 6 yards, setting up a 3rd and 4 for Simpson, and he finds a wide open Squirrel White out there for a big 15-yard pickup and another Volunteers first down. As the 3rd quarter comes to an end, the Gators are leading 24-21 in this one. Let's see what happens here in the 4th quarter. Hopefully the Gators can make a great stop here on this drive and hold on to win this one in Neyland, as Ty Simpson's doing a great job for this Volunteers offense. Look at this. He found a big gap on this play, and I don't see anybody around him. That's going to be a long touchdown run for Ty Simpson. Volunteers are actually going to take the lead in this one, 28-24. I forget how long of a run that was, but man, that is a huge play to give up to the opposing team's quarterback, especially when he's not Lamar Jackson, as Garola pulls that on the read option and only picks up 2. That was an okay play on it was actually an inside veer. So we go to ETN on 2nd down, and he's stuffed for a 2-yard loss. Big number 90 made an excellent play there. So on 3rd and 10, we have to pass it, and Garola completely missed Malik Mega, who was wide open, and that was nearly picked off. So we had to punt it back to the Volunteers and Ty Simpson, and they have the lead in this one. So our defense needs to step up on this drive. As they're reviewing this pass, I don't think it was a completion. I don't see where he got a foot down. It looks like he might have gotten his back foot down, but this is a close call. Let's see what they have to say about it. They say it's an incompletion, so it's 2nd and 10. It was really only a yard or two, so it didn't matter that much, but Squirrel White makes the reception here for 10 yards, giving the Volunteers a first down and a fresh set of downs. Simpson checks it down to Belcher there. That's a 5-yard pickup from the tight end. Sampson, the running back, and Simpson, the quarterback. Man, that gets confusing sometimes when you're calling this game, as Simpson completely misfires to number 87. That could have been a huge play for the Vols, as they go to check it down underneath, and look at that diving play by our safety, Kamari Wilson. That was beautiful, forcing the Vols to punt it back to the Gators, as Garola's looking to run on this play, and he tucks it down and gets the first touchdown on an 11-yard pickup. You'd like to see him step out of bounds instead of taking that big hit, though, especially since he has some injury concerns as Mega goes in motion over to the left. ETN's in the game in the backfield. We're going to run speed option, and that does not work. We lose 2 yards right there. Big number 90 again makes the plays for this Volunteers defense as we go to ETN on second down. He picks up 4, but they're going to go ahead and call it a 3rd and 9. So we are forced into passing it once again as Garola's on the move, trying to avoid the pressure up the middle. He just ends up chucking it up there, and that gets swatted down. Honestly, I didn't see Rucker hiding behind Malik Mega on that. I thought we had him busting wide open, so I was pretty disappointed that that pass got broken up and we had to punt it back to Tennessee. And as you can see, quarterback Jack Garola got hurt on that last play. I didn't even notice it that quick. He's probably going to be out for the game. He might be able to sneak back in, but most likely Kyle Angle is going to finish this one out for the Gators. As Simpson's looking to pass it on 3rd and 9, and he throws it underneath the Squirrel White. I hate that decision right there. And the Volunteers are stopped and forced to punt the ball back to the Gators, and they have excellent field position. And as you can see, Jack Garola came back into this game. He said, "Coach, I'm playing through it. We got to win this one." And then he gets the first down to Keeter right there. So on this fresh set of downs, he finds Emmanuel Henderson on the sideline for a big 14-yard pickup. They're going to end up reviewing this play, which I understand if you look at it, it's a pretty darn close play. But they are going to end up calling this a completion and saying that Emmanuel Henderson gets his back foot down when the ball gets into his hands and controlled. I know Vols fans are going to hate that call. They're going to say that everybody's trying to help the Gators out as ETN gets a carry and picks up 6. Now we got to slow it down and control this clock a little bit. We still need a touchdown, but we also don't want to give them a chance to answer as we have 1:35 left in this game. Montrell Johnson's in the game and picking up a first down on this 3rd and 1 with some tough running up the middle. He breaks a tackle, gets his balance, and it gets us down to a 1st and goal. What a run by Montrell Johnson. That's 6.3 yards a carry. He's not a big play guy, but he is solid at getting us yards. He just can't get the explosives as it's now 2nd and goal with 24 seconds left, and we miss in the end zone, bringing up a big 3rd and goal. Garola needs to be more accurate if we want to score on this and win this game. We're in the pistol for 3rd and goal. Garola again passing, and he gets a touchdown. That is Malik Mega with the 4-yard score, giving the Gators a 30-28 lead. We hit the extra point, making it 31-28. All the Volunteers can do is basically hope for some Hail Marys as Simpson checks it down the right. He gets hit and goes down after picking up 7, and they called their first time out of the game right there. So on 2nd and 3, Simpson passes again. He finds Webb. That gets him out to about the 40 with an 8-yard pickup, and they call another timeout. I don't think they're going quick enough, though, so they're forced to have to try to get to the end zone, but Simpson goes down on a sack. What was he doing on that play? That's Justice Boone taking him down, setting up a, like I said, Hail Mary situation. Simpson is going to have to just chuck it up there, but he can't get the pass off. Justice Boone ends this game with back-to-back sacks. What a day for that young man. He just won us this game. You got to give Justice Boone the player of the game after that. You love to see a man be able to do that for us. I will say, though, this is definitely the play of the game. Emmanuel Henderson made a heck of a play right there. Gators win this one. They move on to 3-0 on the season, and the Volunteers are going to go ahead and drop to 2-2 on the season. Jack Garola was awarded the player of the game. That's probably because he threw 4 touchdowns. He wasn't as efficient in this game. He kind of struggled a little bit. On the ground, we're kind of mid, honestly. I need to find a way to get that going and get it more explosive. I do know that I'm recruiting a lot of O-linemen and a couple running backs. A couple of them aren't super fast, but they have a lot of moves, so hopefully that'll help me be able to break some tackles and get ahead and make the plays bigger. Maybe they are only 10 or 15-yard rushes, but it's better than a bunch of 5 or 6-yard rushes being your average. That's my biggest complaint with Montrell Johnson. He just doesn't get the big play. I understand not every play is a touchdown, but you'd like to see some more 20-yard carries in there. He just does not do that at all. Like 10 yards is his cap most of the time. Now ETN, we can bust off a few, but his biggest problem is we lose 2 or 3 yards here or there. So it's kind of a tough situation on the ground. We need to get it figured out because leaning into the pass a whole lot is fun, but it leads to turnovers, which makes games much tighter than they should be, in my opinion. Especially with my play style, I know that if I get throwing the ball all the time and I'm not effective on the ground, I'm going to end up having some interceptions thrown, and we all know how they can change the momentum of a game. As we take a look at the Heisman standings, TreVeyon Henderson remains in first place. That's not a shock. Number 2's Connor Wegman on the way up, and Jalen Milrose at 3. Christian Villuex is at 4. He's a guy that was from Penn State that I transferred away. And then at number 5's Donovan Edwards. And then we're going to take a a look at your top 25, Georgia remains number 1, followed by our former team, Penn State. 3 is Ohio State, 4 is Oregon, 5 is USC, 6 is Alabama, 7 Miami, 8 Notre Dame, 9 Washington, and 10 is Pittsburgh. So there's definitely a few upsets this week. TCU and Florida State both dropped with pretty convincing loss from TCU to Iowa State, and then Florida State's was a much closer loss, but they still get docked pretty heavy in this one and drop all the way down to number 15 from number 4. So the voters definitely did not like that loss. As we look at the standings here, you can see we are at number 27 in the nation right now. If we can go in there and beat Kentucky, I'm pretty sure we'll get ranked. Now, we do have an advantage over Kentucky, so we should be able to beat them. If you look at our stats as far as offense and defense goes, we're better than them in both categories. And then if you look at just overall ratings, once again, we are better than them. We're a B+ across the board, and they're B's and C's, so we should be able to beat Kentucky. It's a rivalry game, so we know Kroger Field will be rocking, and the Wildcats will definitely try to beat us, but I think we're the better team, and I think we're going to walk in there and beat the Wildcats. But we'll find that out in the next one. This is LDJ11. I want to thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave any comments or questions down below. Have a great day. I'm out.
And sometimes you just gotta believe there's something that'll give you relief. There's something that'll have what you need, what you need. We're broken, it's tragic, we're not all elastic.